This is the Star Wars The Black Series Ezra Bridger. Figure is number 86, and I picked it up at my local Toys R Us, which roughly translates to about $30 US. I know, very expensive. Yes, Toys R Us is alive and well in Asia because Toys R Us in Asia is not really connected to the mother company in the US. They just bought the rights to use the name. It's just any other toy store. They just bought the right to slap on that Toys R Us name on it. But we do get the Toys R Us exclusives in Hong Kong and in Singapore. Here in Manila, we hardly get any of the exclusives. So, okay. And here is Ezra Bridger out of packaging. And I love what Hasbro's been doing with their Black Series. Black Series figures. It's an amazing sculpt. Yet another gem in the Black Series line. I haven't posted, you know how Ezra is. He's always doing these crazy stunts, trying to get it for the rebels, trying to complete the mission and all that. Wow. It's got that cartoon vibe to it, and yet it's got that realistic feel to it. It kind of looks like a young John Wick, but it'll fit nicely in your Black Series collection as well as your Rebels shelf. Very, very nice. Now, it does not come, obviously, with a stand. That is a Revoltech base, which I got from Amazing Yamaguchi Gambit. I mean, fans are going to love this. I do hope we get more of Ezra, like in his white outfit, Stormtrooper outfit. Maybe, I'm hoping we get a more older-looking Ezra as a Padawan, or with the green lightsaber and all that. That would be really, really nice. And so it comes with several accessories, namely the iconic Stormtrooper helmet, which one of the helmets he's stolen from Stormtroopers. He also comes with his lightsaber. I haven't attached the blade because I don't want to break it, but when I show it off. But he comes with his unique lightsaber. It's a blaster lightsaber hilt, so you can use it as a gun, as a blaster, like choo choo choo. And then it also duals as a lightsaber. It's got a removable blade, nice light blue, vibrant light blue color. If you wanted to, there is a hook and a loop on the hilt of the lightsaber, which you can put it on the side of his belt. So that's nice. Okay. What I do appreciate about the holster for this figure, it's not glued onto the hips. That's nice. He's got his vest or his jacket, separate piece right here. Fantastic head sculpt, like I said. Very nice. It could fit well with your other Black Series figures. It doesn't have to be too cartoony. Yep, they got the detail right down to his armor, trooper armor, knee pads. Even the color I thought was pretty nice. This is how Ezra was found by Kanan and Hera and the rest of the Ghost crew. Very, very cool. In terms of paint apps, if you're going through several on the pegs, you might want to look at these areas. The yellow on his jacket, the trim, yellow right there. Face is fine, hardly anything issue. The gold paint on his belt, there's a few errors here and there. And this one, the red smearing on the white paint, but very minor. Overall, I think they did a wonderful job with the paint and sculpt for the figure. So let's go to articulation, and here's where my gripe is. Okay, let's start with the head. It's got that new double neck joint. It's great and all, 2 ball joints, one on top and one on the bottom, but it does hinder a lot of articulation. He can't look up as much as with the regular hinge joint. Can't look down as well, but it's fine. It gives it better proportion. It's got a ball jointed upper torso, ball hinge shoulders. Go this way and that. Ball hinge elbows. Ball hinge wrists. This one goes up and down, rightly so, because of this one that holds the lightsaber, and this one goes in and out. Okay, he's got some ankle articulation, rocker pivot, hinge joint, double jointed knees, thigh swivel, And here is my biggest gripe about the figure. He's got a ball jointed hip joint that's at a 45-degree angle. Now normally I'd be fine with that, but since he's got these holster, movement of the hips is severely hindered to just splits, like, you know, a 80-degree split, and he can barely move his legs forward, and I'm afraid that I might break that joint if I force it and move it forward. So that's a little bit of a downer for me, a little bit of a disappointment. I wish they could have found a way to make a vertical, a horizontal ball joint peg, but they didn't. So that kind of sucks for me, and that's going to bring the grade and the rating for this figure down. So the helmet does fit on Ezra nicely, despite the bushy hair or the hair sculpt. It does fit on quite smoothly. How do I look? Hey Sabine. And for size comparisons, here he is with his would-be mentor, Darth Maul. Obviously, Darth Maul did not appear in this form. In the Rebels show, he was in cyborg form, but it's interesting to put them side by side. They look great together. Unfortunately, I had already passed on my entire Rebels Black Series collection to my good buddy Mike. He's taking good care of it, so I cannot put the rest of the Ghost crew with Ezra, but I did want to show off Ezra in a review so I could tell you guys how I felt about the figure. I think the figure is great. If you're looking to complete your Ghost crew from Star Wars Rebels, definite must-have. It's a shame he's only packed 1 per case. I would think they would pack 2 per case for this particular figure. But sadly, there's just 1 short pack, and I reckon a lot of collectors are going to be after him. Scalpers are going to hoard this thing to death, and best of luck to everybody hunting him down. The figure is going to get an 8.5 out of 10 for me. Not a perfect score because of that hip articulation, and that's a bit of a letdown for me, and quite possibly be the deal breaker for this figure. Everything else about the figure is absolutely spot on. I think Hasbro did a wonderful job on it. It's just a shame that the hip articulation sucks. So there you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Star Wars The Black Series, Ezra Bridger. Thanks for watching.